Hey everyone, today we got some odds and ends to clean up. Got a front off a dishwasher, some wire to cut, and a little control box remove. We got some brass from some faucets. There's a little bit to do before I cash in the brass hoard. So we'll get this stuff done. We'll top off the buckets, get them all weighed out evenly. Little wire extension cords. I don't know if those are even going to be copper. A lot of times they're just aluminum, so they don't have much weight to them. A couple of ceiling fan motors to pull the copper off of. A stainless shower head. I thought that piece was going to be brass, but I scratched it. It's silver, so it's probably die cast. And then we got this wheel. I started on it yesterday, and I'm going to finish off today. Got the wheel weights and valve stem to get off of there. So let's start working on this stuff. So first we'll start off with this wire, since this is like the easiest. Pretty easy. Piece of shred, piece of plastic. Now let's see if these jumper cables are actually copper. Aluminum. So these are junk. So while we're still over here, might as well do this aluminum wheel. Get this wheel weight off. There's always these little guys. Well, not always. Sometimes there's one. Sometimes there's 20. Just scrape them right off. And then we'll do the valve stem. Give it a couple bites with the wire cutters here. Loosen it up a bit. Usually you just pry these things right out. There we go. Now we got a clean wheel, but this one has a bunch of glue on it because it had this plastic hubcap thing. This here, I had to pry it off. I watched a video, he just popped it right off in 2 minutes. He didn't even damage it. It took me like a half hour and I wrecked this thing. So next we're gonna go do these motors, some brass, and this stainless shower head over at the vise. Now an easy way to get these off of the shower heads, you just put in a vise and whack it with a hammer. It works real easy on the plastic ones because plastic will just break. And now this being stainless steel, this might give us a little bit of a problem. So let's find out. All types of problems. So here we have two nice pieces of brass and a little bit of copper pipe. Let's just cut it off here because we're going after the weight today. Just a little bit of brass. It's inside this plastic. Ain't gonna be no record breakers, so we'll pass on that for today. That might be brass, but that might be die cast. Let's see if we can get this off of here. Oh, nice and easy. Let's see if the second one's as easy. A little water in that one. Well, let's see if those are brass. Yep. All right, that one came out. This one's a little rusty. All right, since those want to be stubborn, we're just going to leave those in today. We'll come back to that later. So here's a nice piece of brass from a faucet. It's got this little piece of steel on there. That's just going to twist off. Get that out of the way. There goes the steel. A little piece of brass. There we go. Here's a handle off a toilet. Nice brass rod. This little hook, S-hook thing. Stainless. So let's cut this off. So now it's time for the bandsaw. Think we're gonna get through a video without the bandsaw? Ooh, it's jumping. He's jumping. Halfway through, should be good. There we go. All right, this is die cast. I'm just gonna throw it in with breakage because there's our nice piece of brass. A couple of nice brass ends off a hose. Probably really don't have to get that rubber out, but I'm going to anyway. No, I don't like it like that. I'm going to go this way. Should probably have gloves on. Let's put on some gloves. Oh, this is like melted to it or something. There we go. Now on to the motors. It's always the last one. Here's what we ended up after breaking all that stuff down. A nice aluminum wheel, some wheel weights, a little bit of number 2 insulated from that dishwasher panel. Here's our shred steel. Last time I sold aluminum insulated wire at the scrapyard, I got sheet iron price with it, so I'm not even going to fool with that. That's going straight into the steel pile, because you know they only want this stuff. You know, EC wire. You know what EC wire stands for, right? Extra crappy, because it's aluminum. But here's a little bit of brass and a little bit of copper from the faucet and the motor windings, and a little bit of stainless. So in the next video, we're going to be selling the good stuff. All right, guys. See you next time.